Oh no. Oh no. We skipped fall. What happened? Where's fall? Dang it. Well, happy Halloween. It's the 29th right now. It's not even Halloween, and here's winter. Iowa. Anyway, you saw the thumbnail. You know what I'm fishing with. Time to focus. That's right, a severed finger. Nick, you did a pretty good job on this. That's pretty impressive. That really looks like a finger. You got all the creases and stuff where the joints are. You got a little bone sticking out there with the blood streaks, and you didn't put a lip on this bait, I did. I was testing it out a little bit and I thought it might work good with that lip. I've actually been fishing with it, I just have not been catching fish. We're gonna see if the creek offers any fish catching potential for this bait. I'm also bringing my ultralight with a tiny little creature bait on there with a jig head, because this is a creek. We got snow on the ground. I have a severed finger lure on my pole. Yeah, happy Halloween. We've got some pretty clear water here. That's good. Let's give these fish the finger. This bait sinks very slowly. With the lip on it, I was able to keep it under. Before, it would rise to the top too quick on the retrieve, and it would pretty much just be a topwater. I don't want that in the late fall here. I want it to be kind of just a jerk bait that suspends a little bit. Please don't collapse on me. Okay. Fishable right here. See if the ultralight can pluck anything out of here. Got 3-pound test on this thing. Guess not. I think I'm gonna go over to some deeper holes. Probably have to be finding the deep stuff and put it right in front of their face. Okay, that's the spot up there. Had to find it. Last time I was here, I caught mini walleye. Not on a finger, on a jig. There's a difference. There's a pretty big difference between a finger and a jig. Well, I guess they're not in here today. Okay. Bit more of a challenge to get to the good spots on this pond, but might be better than that creek. Okay, I just bumped into something. We'll get a fish. Okay. Oh, I had a fish on. Got a fish. Fish on. The severed finger. Bring it this way. It's even sort of a decent bass. It's official. Bass like severed fingers. Perfect. Be free. Wow, I'm so happy I got a fish on this thing. Let's get some more. That was just a straight retrieve. I was just doing this. I was even pointing my rod tip at the bait, just straight retrieve. Got a bass, severed finger. Lovely, all these leaves just decided to fall right where I'm fishing. Thanks God. Oh, I got another fish on the severed finger. I think it's another bass. Woo! Okay, it's getting real official. I think that one's a little bit better. Super official now. Bass cannot resist severed fingers. Happy Halloween, everybody. This is awesome. Be free. And thank you, Nick, for sending me this lure. I don't know if I was real specific about that before. This is a subscriber sent lure. I did not make this. A dude named Nick made this. Nick, send me your social media and stuff so I can like tell people and stuff. You do some pretty sweet work. Now a bunch of random people named Nick are gonna send me all their accounts. Okay, that's pretty weird. Jig fishing the same spot, nothing. Severed finger, 2 bass. My Pflueger President reel is like really tight and bound up. It's like it has resistance when I reel. Do any of you guys know what's up with these? Have you had the same thing? I've greased it. I've taken it apart, put it back together, and it's like bound up a little bit, you know? Help! Okay, it's becoming pretty official. These fish like the severed finger. If I catch another one right now with the severed finger, I don't know, does it get any more than official? Does official get any more official than official? It's kind of seeming like those 2 bass just needed lunch. Every other fish in the pond is fine. Last cast here, right here. Ooh, almost bird nested. What is this going on out here? I see activity. Bonus bait making. I bet you weren't expecting that. I went to 2 other spots after that pond. Let's just leave it at that. Fish were caught with the severed finger. That's quite the accomplishment. Very nice work, Nick. I'm going to continue this video, but we're going to be working on the complicated swim bait. I have so much detail to put into this thing. I haven't mentioned it because I'm kind of still deciding, but I don't know if I want to carve scales into this thing or not. Well, I just decided. You only live once. I'm going to. We're carving scales into this. Let the bait making bonanza continue. I wanted to show this lure too that a subscriber sent. It's probably the best looking lure ever made. Yeah, nothing tops that. Got the flip-flops, got the Marling Bait shirt, got the face, and whatnot. I need a name. Ryan Miller. Or R.S. Miller. Was your name Ryan? I know your last name's Miller because it's on the back. Yeah, your name's Ryan. Ryan Miller. Dogfisher76 on Instagram. Thank you. I'd say that's just as sweet as the severed finger lure. Nice job. I've been trying to catch a fish on it. Haven't yet. Trying to make a video. We'll get there. You just got to give it time. Especially when it's me fishing, you got to give it time. Let's continue this build. It's a part of winter. That gosh darn heater. It's actually a furnace. It's like a mini house furnace. Thing's loud. I'm tempted to get like a pellet stove or a little potbelly stove, wood burner. Put the chimney off. Supplement it while I'm out here so that thing doesn't kick on so much, you know? I drew some lines. And there they are. These are the lines that I have to score. And they will represent the spines on these fins. It's nice to be back to the bait making bonanza. It's nice to always have a project going. Make some progress with your project. By the way, fellas, you guys are pretty indecisive. To keep the square boot tail or no? After hearing what all of you had to say, it's even more up in the air. Thinking I'm just gonna do something goofy with it. I could make it like a butt tail. Would you guys dig a butt tail? Like something like this? And to anybody who would think this morally reprehensible, I could just say it's a heart. It's a heart tail. It's not a butt tail. Get your mind out of the gutter. Let's just go with a butt tail. Probably do some more interesting stuff with that. I could make spines on it too. What is this channel turning into? I don't know. kind of want to start carving out the butt. Who wouldn't? Draw a masterpiece like that and you just let it sit there. Nope, I'm going to start carving it. Dude, this is perfect because I can call this the butt tail swim bait. It can be its own thing. Nobody else has done this. Nobody's done a butt tail swim bait. What the heck am I doing? This might actually be a pretty good surface for water to catch. There's two planes, there's two larger sections on each side, and there's a place for water can shoot through the middle. It's not usually what you want, but in this case, on this bait, that's what you want, I think. Like this. That's the best I can do for explaining that. What's next? Okay. A lot of you are saying keep the square now, and I just turned it into a butt. A lot of you are saying keep the square and then make a mold, and then if you don't like it, make it whatever else you wanted, you know. Pretty good idea. Like, I had 3 of those comments right in a row, right after I made it into a butt. It's the next day. I don't know if you noticed, but I had 1 single drinky poo last night. And what's the result? There's a butt on my lure. What was going to be some sophisticated, beautiful masterpiece now has a butt. It's the way she goes sometimes. Well, that's the way she goes every time. I'm gonna live with the consequences. Moving on, there are still spines that I need to carve. Do you guys know where that saying came from? That you should never carve towards yourself? It came from parents who didn't want their kids to become artists. We risk life and appendage in order to make beautiful things. And you are not carving if you are not carving towards yourself. All wood carvers know that sometimes you need to carve towards yourself. Yes, this is the Bloodborne soundtrack, and I play video games. I admitted it. It's essentially my coming out right there. Just lowered the average age viewership of my channel instantly. I'm not lazy, I just thought that rib serrations would look better on this bait. This is like a opposite of chunky. This is like a sleek style bait, so I scored some rib serrations. I'm not gonna come in and score the lateral line. I'm gonna have the rib serrations kind of indicate where that lateral line is. That will look good, I think. The distance away from the line that you scored, that you start, and then you bring your line to it, or you bring your knife to it, has to remain consistent along the body. I'm kind of a deep carver. I tend to overdo it. But as long as it's consistent, it ends up looking all right. Sanding helps too. Remember, the secret to carving is sanding. I got a little carried away on that one. Dang it. It's sometimes when the body curves down, and you just accidentally kept your knife at the same angle, you're going to be digging deeper into the body. So the way this goes now is I have to make every single one of these just as deep as this one, because I went a little overboard right there. It's not very noticeable, but I notice it. Yep, I'm carving towards my finger right there. Control is safer than weird rules. You want control over your work. Once again, I'm not shaming you guys, just dropping some facts on you. Once I know exactly what this bait's gonna be, because it is not a chub anymore, and I don't think mullets have these lines, I'll do some fun facts. Maybe it'll never be anything. We could do fun facts on the concept of nothing. Brilliant. Does nothing have facts? As you can see, they're not perfect. Some lines are a little skewed, some lines are a little bit off. Some distances between the lines are a little bit off too. Not that big of a deal. Another secret to carving is about to be exposed, let me tell you guys. Sealer, or clear coat, whatever you want to call it. I guess the first coat of polyurethane is a sealing, and then the coats to come are like clear coats being built over what you carved. Smooths everything out, makes everything look nicer. That's what I'm depending on for this bait. Not too shabby though. Alright, I have to figure out what else I want to carve on this thing. I think some details around the mouth might be cool. I'm trying to keep this simple. Lots of simple carvings. Ends up looking pretty good. There. See, that took less than a minute. That little line around the mouth. But that did a lot for it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, try not to get too whooshy and washy. Make it. Just make something. Sound like a maker channel. On soft plastics, it's been my experience that sections of just really smooth, clear plastic on the body look good. I think I want to do that for the top. We'll be adding flake and color and stuff to the plastic up there, and that might look really good. Just a smooth, clear section up there. This thing might be done when it comes to carving. Of course, I'm going to keep sanding it like a madman until I'm happy, but the carving might be done actually. Time to sand. See you in an hour. Okay, sanding's done. I'm happy. That looks just fine. Now, I need to drill a hole right up here in the head where the injection site's going to be. The injection site is going to be on the top, right between the eyes. That's all I was going for there. I'm just getting a screw in the head right there. That way you can hold it and seal this wood. Gonna dip the head first. The tail. And let this dry for a day. An entire day. I took a picture of this on my Instagram. That's a tiger maple tail fin glider I'm working on. Was gonna do a video with this, but I ended up not doing a video with this, but it's still cool enough to show. Anywho, this is the Halloween special. I think because it's a special, I should give something away. One last look, right? This is the bait all sealed up. Giveaway. Okay. Alright, right here I got a packet of honey mustard from Chick-fil-A. I'm thinking to anyone who can actually put into words how cool I am, this is headed your way. Good luck, everybody. That's the giveaway. Oh, there it is. I'm just kidding. We have an OG marling bait right here. This is from when I used to sell baits. A little baby bass swim bait. It's actually the trout body I painted baby bass. There's probably like only a dozen of these in existence. Just comment below, I don't know, how cool you are. Just comment below how cool you are. And I'll pick the coolest dude. You better be one cool cat. Because if you are, you get this. That's going to be some weird comments, but good luck. And if you do want the Chick-fil-A honey mustard, just let me know, I'll send that too. Be ready to give me an email address or an Instagram account so I can contact you and give this to you, whoever wins. I'm going to be sealing that more off camera. I'm going to get that to the point where it's ready to essentially be molded for the next video. That might take a couple days to get that done. Happy Halloween. On to the next bait making bonanza. I need to stop saying bonanza.